Hi everyone, welcome to today's video. Today we're doing a first impression review of the 6 Moon Designs Lunar Solo. Last week I did a video on winning the Swift Campout sweepstakes, and as part of that prize package, 6 Moon Designs sent me their flagship tent, the Lunar Solo. This is a single wall, one person tent. I've done a couple of other tent reviews on this channel, and as I've mentioned before, single wall tents have been the bane of my existence. So in this video, I'm going to talk about my first impressions, what I think about it, etc. On a completely unrelated note, I'm trying to hit 1,000 subscribers before my birthday in November. It is currently July. I think I can make it. So if you like my videos, please hit that subscribe button. Thank you guys so much for your support. The first thing that I noticed about this tent is its packability. Uncompressed, it's about the size of an American football, but you can stuff it down quite small to the size of maybe like a small melon, or a softball might be pushing it, but it packs down to the point where you could probably fit it into a fork bag, easily into a saddle bag, maybe a pocket of a handlebar bag, depending on how big it is. And that is the advantage of having a single wall tent. I've reviewed the Z-Packs pocket tarp, which the entire setup fit into a single pocket of my handlebar bag, which was awesome. But with single wall tents, there are some trade-offs, and that is namely that it is made of sil nylon, which can form a lot of condensation in wet conditions. It can also sag if not set up properly, or if you're caught in a heavy rainstorm, which has happened to me before. Here in the Southeast United States, it is very humid all the time, so there tends to be a lot of condensation that forms in the inside of single wall tents. At least that's been my experience. However, if you live somewhere out west, if you live somewhere in a really dry climate, I think that that's when these tents really perform well. Now, as far as ease of setup goes, I would rate this kind of a medium difficulty. If you don't have experience with tarp tents, it's a little bit of a learning curve, but it's not impossible. So basically, you stake down the rear 2 guy lines. Then you stick your tent pole in the top of the roof of the tent, and then you pull it back to make a kind of triangle formation. Then you pull out this guy line. That is what makes this tent stable and stand up. Now, as you can see, I struggled a little bit with this. I couldn't find the front guy line for a minute, and I thought that there wasn't one. Once I did find that, I staked out the front 2 stakes, and then I couldn't find the 6th stake for the tent, so I found a potted plant from my porch and staked down the rear guy line with that. I tried to set it up twice. The first time was a little bit wonky. It was a little bit droopy, but I had just made a couple of adjustments super quickly and super easily and set up the tent as you see it now. All right, so I've talked about this before on other tent reviews that I've done. Having enough room in a tent to sprawl out when I'm sleeping, because I am a tosser and a turner, having enough room to sit up like this, and having enough room to stretch out lengthwise are super important to me when I'm choosing a tent. For some context, I am 5'11" or 181 centimeters, so I'm pretty tall. Now, unlike the 6 Moon Designs net tent that I reviewed a few months ago, this is palatial. I have so much room to spread out. I have a good foot on either end of me lengthwise. If you are someone who really likes spending a lot of time in your tent and you like to sit up and like do stuff in your tent, this is going to be perhaps a little bit small. But if you're someone who just like sleeps in your tent at night when you're on trips, this is going to be an ideal size for one person. This will fit you probably up to like maybe 185 centimeters, or like maybe 6'2", 6'3". But for me and anyone smaller than me, I think this is palatial. It's quite big. Now, regarding the elephant in the room, which is the single walled nature of this tent, I think 6 Moon Designs has done a really good job at ventilating as much as possible. I think this will absolutely collect some condensation. However, there are multiple points of ventilation around the entire perimeter of the tent, as well as at the top of the tent here. This tent is pretty minimal. There are no pockets inside. It's just the tent space. There's really no extra amenities. So if you're looking for something super simple, something really minimalist, this is a great option. I think that this could work really well for a lot of different people. The price also isn't too bad. I think it's under $300. Of course, you have to buy stakes and the tent pole. So if you're a backpacker and you already have hiking poles, then you could definitely use those. But if you're a bike packer, then you're gonna have to buy an extra tent pole. This is about the end of my first impressions of the 6 Moon Designs Lunar Solo. The only thing that might give me pause is the single walled nature of this tent. I don't think I would bring this on a trip that was gonna be super rainy. However, in the right conditions, I think that this would be an absolutely stellar option. But we'll see. I'm going on a trip in a couple of weeks to test it out, and I'm super stoked about that. 6 Moon Designs, thank you so much for sending me this tent as part of the Swift Campout prize package. I am absolutely thrilled to have it. And you guys, if you like this video, hit the like button. I'd really appreciate it. If there are other pieces of gear that you'd like me to review, please let me know in the comments. And I'll see you guys next time.